Alright everybody, welcome to another BRB map guide. So today we're doing Tokyo 2099 because I'm not saying the name of this map because I know I'm going to butcher it. So the defense on this first point is actually not too interesting. There's about 4 or 5 good spots on this map, on this point, but the one that I like using a lot is definitely this guy right here. So putting it down in this corner means that when they are pushing in, they cannot shoot that again unless they have a flying character. And the only way they can really get an eye on it is if they actually push into the point over here. They can also hit it from the high ground up here, obviously. But again, if you can stop them from doing that, because this is fully destructible, it's a decent spot there. Another one I like to do is back here. You can actually put it on top of this building back here. Again, a spot not a lot of people go to is way back here. Plus, this protects it from basic harm from the normal fight. And it covers most of the site anyways. Behind these stairs is another spot because a lot of flankers don't tend to come back here either. So you can put it there. You can put it behind this wall is another good thing you can do. This is one I do often. The problem with this one is that the armor packs will be seen, and flankers do sometimes come from here, and the high ground person might drop down and see it. So I don't really recommend using this one too much, but it is there as an option. And then up here is where I see a lot of people put it. I would actually recommend not putting it on this spot because of how obvious it is, but putting it here. You will slip off, but you can throw it right there. They can't shoot it from the other side, again, unless they have a flyer. It means that if they kill somebody and start pushing in, you are directly behind them, and they can't really shoot it until they come in to the site, and they have to turn around completely to get it. This is one of the better ones. This also works on the attacking side as well, but in reverse. So you can throw it from up here, right there. That wasn't what I wanted to do, but in general, this is basically what you want to do. Just put it on that rooftop there. They cannot shoot it from the other side. Even with the high ground, they're not going to be able to see it. So again, unless they have a flyer and they push in really hard, this is just a decent one. Plus, the person will slip right off, so they'll know. On the defensive side on this first point, there's not too many spots other than that. Obviously, there's behind this wall that a lot of people like to use. There's behind this thing that a lot of people like to use. But there's not too many interesting spots on the first attack. Now, moving on to the rest of the map. Once the payload gets pushed out here, this specific location, there is no spots. For some reason, there's a lot of invisible walls on these top parts, so you can't throw the BRB up there. Your best case scenario, honestly, is just throwing it in this room. This wall will come down so they can see it, but if you put it in this corner, like right there, that's usually your best bet on a place to put it. It can be seen, but once you push up, people tend not to flank around too much that way. And then once you push in, again, not too many places. I'd like to put it in what used to be the spawn room over here, and then obviously you can put it in this building as well. And then once the full push happens here, not too many places, but back here is very good. I don't believe this is a spawn door at any point, so you can kind of throw it down here and get some good use, especially on the defensive side. This is good because a lot of the fighting tends to happen around this corner, not beforehand, because the team will often push it out enough. And then once the payload does push in on attack or defense, depending on how you're playing, obviously, you can actually throw it behind this sign. And I kind of did a very bad job at that, but you can throw it behind this sign. Yeah, more like that. And it can't really be shot out unless someone, takes a really aggressive, turn to it. And then a common spot that I see a lot of people use, including myself, is back here behind this wall. This is a very decent spot. It doesn't push up too much. The enemies have to push into you to get it, and things like that. And then up here to the right of this door is another decent spot on attacking, at least. So it can go right there. There's really no way to get to this. unless they come out the door and expose themselves. So it's nice in that sense. Throwing it back here can be good. It doesn't hit the entire site, but before you push in, this is a very safe spot to put one if you know someone's going to die. And then on to the last point on the defensive side, there's not really many options. This room is typically where I just throw it. Well, I know this one was a bit shorter and probably not what people were expecting, but again, other than Spider Island, a lot of the maps don't really give you too much to work with, which is unfortunate, but it is just kind of how the game operates, unfortunately. But we'll be back with the last of the domination maps, because that's all the payload maps. To the person who requested this one, I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed it at the very least. I know it wasn't much, but I love y'all. See y'all in the next one, and bye.